In the early hours of April 26, 1986, humanity believed it had finally tamed the atom. Nuclear power was no longer fear. It was confidence. It was control. Reactor number 4 at Chernobyl was not a weapon. It was a promise. A machine designed to light cities, fuel industries, and prove that humans were smarter than nature itself. At 1:23 a.m., someone pressed a button meant to shut everything down. Instead, it triggered the worst nuclear disaster in human history. Act 1. The ambition. Chernobyl was born from ambition. The Soviet Union needed energy, cheap, massive, and fast. The RBMK reactor design was powerful and efficient. But safety depended on assumptions, and assumptions depend on honesty. One critical flaw was known. At low power, the reactor became unstable. That flaw was documented. But it was buried deep in technical reports, written in language few operators would ever read. In a system that rewarded obedience over curiosity, nobody asked the dangerous questions. Act 2. The test. On April 25, 1986, engineers prepared a safety test. The goal was simple: to see whether the reactor could power its own emergency systems during shutdown. The test had failed before. This time, failure meant consequences. As the reactor's power dropped too low, alarms began to appear. To compensate, operators disabled automatic safety systems. Control rods were pulled out beyond safe limits. Every step violated protocol, but the test continued. Because stopping meant admitting something was wrong. Act 3. The button. At 1:23 a.m., the test was complete. The emergency shutdown was activated. This was the moment everything should have ended safely. But the reactor design hid a fatal secret. The control rods had graphite tips. For a brief moment during insertion, they increased the nuclear reaction instead of stopping it. That moment lasted less than a second. It was enough. Power surged violently. Fuel channels ruptured. Water turned to steam. 2 explosions tore through Reactor 4. The reactor core was exposed to the open air. Act 4. Denial. In the immediate aftermath, disbelief took over. Radiation monitors maxed out and failed. Readings were dismissed as equipment malfunction. But graphite was burning, and graphite only burns if the reactor is destroyed. Firefighters arrived without radiation protection. They stood on radioactive debris, breathing poison with every breath. Many of them would die within weeks. Nearby, the city of Pripyat slept. Children played outside the next morning. Families went to work. Life continued as if nothing had happened, because the truth was inconvenient. Act 5. Evacuation. 36 hours later, evacuation orders were finally issued. Residents were told it would be temporary, 3 days at most. People packed light. They left pets behind. Food on tables, toys on beds. Pripyat was never resettled. A city built to showcase the future was abandoned forever. Act 6. The cleanup. Radiation spread across Europe. Forests turned red. Animals absorbed invisible poison. Hundreds of thousands were mobilized as liquidators. Their mission was impossible. Many were allowed only seconds on contaminated rooftops. Contain something that could not be seen, smelled, or touched safely. Not enough to save them. They were sacrificed to stabilize the aftermath. Act 7. The real failure. Chernobyl was not a single mistake. It was a system failure. A culture where hierarchy mattered more than truth, where warnings were inconvenient, where ambition silenced doubt. The reactor did not explode because of one error. It exploded because of many small compromises, stacked together, ignored, normalized, until physics refused to cooperate. Act 7. The real failure. Chernobyl was not a single mistake. It was a system failure. A culture where hierarchy mattered more than truth, where warnings were inconvenient, where ambition silenced doubt. The reactor did not explode because of one error. It exploded because of many small compromises, stacked together, ignored, normalized, until physics refused to cooperate. Ending. Silence. Today, Chernobyl remains sealed beneath concrete and steel. Still dangerous. Still monitored. A monument to human overconfidence. Technology itself is not the enemy. Blind faith is. The project was meant to power a nation. Instead, it poisoned generations. And every tragedy like this begins the same way, with people saying, "Nothing will go wrong."